Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. We watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Held Touch Glove, available at RevZilla.com. 2 to 3 season, warm weather, with really what I consider to be a mid to full gauntlet. This is the Held Touch. Now, what I like about it, why it's different than something like the Rodney or the Airstream or other gloves that play in the similar contingent. A little bit more sport and more sport touring focused. It's going to be cowhide in the back of the hand, but you do get perforated perforated kangaroo, which is a super upgrade in the palm. You're just coming in over that $150 mark. You have Touch-Tec, and they're giving you SuperFabric. So all in, sport touring, commuting, a little bit of a Batman style going on here, and they've given you a molecular knuckle. The Held Touch is really coming in the sweet spot for Held. I'll also say too, from a fitment standpoint, I'm wearing a size 10. Fits in line with other European sized gloves for me. I find that it works. I find that there's plenty of room in the fingers. If you have thicker fingers, I have narrow finger, you're gonna be just fine. Very, very comfortable. Keep that in mind. Use a size chart. We'll ship for free over $39. I actually love it if you click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Held Touch. Now, what I did home in on though is late spring, summer, early fall. Really earlier spring, you're gonna have a pretty well-rounded temperature scheme here with the Touch, being that it's not more perforated. One of my gripes actually with this glove is with such a heavily perforated palm, I think you maybe add some perf along the back side of the hand and you get a little bit more of a warm weather oriented glove. Think about something like the Rodney. It doesn't have the hard shell knuckle, doesn't have the SuperFabric. And you go to the Airstream, that's a mixture of leather and textile, but it doesn't have the kangaroo palm, I don't believe. So again, you're getting a mixture of factors. This fits a gap in the Held contingent. Now, if we look at it, remember, cowhide all the way up. And if we see how this works, the fingers are beefy, the knuckle's beefy, the palm is beefy. But then you get to this cuff, and at first glance you might say, damn, the Held Touch skipped leg day. I'm actually okay with that from a person who typically skips leg day. If we look at that, what that means is the level of adjustability you have in the cuff here means that you could widen it out, go over the cuff of your leather jacket, or you could cinch it the hell down, get into those skinny jeans, but more importantly, that means that you're gonna be able to put your leather jacket over top of it. So if you have a narrow jacket cuff, you could really get this guy slender depending on your wrist. So I am not personally offended that this glove from the waist down skipped leg day. If we move up here, they do have a bit of elastication done in leather that's gonna move with the knuckle. I find that the range of motion is fine, even though they didn't put it on a separate panel. And one of the things I touched on briefly is this is a molecular knuckle. This is Sas-Tec. Sas-Tec is a German molecular armor. We typically see it knees, elbows, shoulders. I haven't seen it in a lot of gloves. It will actually move and conform with you. It has a softness to it that you weren't expecting. But what happens is when you introduce a shock, the energy disperses, the crystalline lattice structure within the Sas-Tec armor creates a hardened structure that disperses all that energy. And really what it does is it acts as a better shock absorber. We see high-end molecular armor all over the market these days. Sas-Tec was a pioneer, and it's cool to see them do it in the knuckle. Now, if I did have to say aesthetically, I wish it was a slightly different shape. The shape works functionally, but again, they could have maybe refined it a hair, maybe the next iteration of the Touch. As I work my way up the fingers, Held is a very functional glove company. They make very high-end gloves, very high-end technical gloves for touring for race. You're getting that mid-digital elastication for your fingers that are work your controls, and then as we move into the fingertips, you get some light stitching, pulling everything together. Now, I will tell you, they do have this visor wiper here. It's a little flimsy. I'd like to see them beef it up again, but Held does a good job of giving you that multi-season ability to squeegee your visor. As I roll over to the palm of the hand, remember, kangaroo, super lightweight, tactile responsive. It's gonna be amazing against your skin, and it is abrasion resistant, and they perforated. So again, just like the Airstream, it's gonna flow air. Notice, touch finger and touch thumb, iPhone and Android devices, you have the ability to pinch zoom here. They've given that coating, this special layer on the fingertips. Would have loved to have seen them maybe cap the fingers along the way. And if we look on the outseam of the hand, capturing that lateral side, that low seam style area for bursting, they do a good job. Secondary area of leather here, down towards the heel of the hand. Notice, now we get into SuperFabric. These are tiny laser welded ceramic plates. They tie together like chainmail, but they slide 14 times further than leather. Again, if we look at it, that is a heat shield, is an abrasion resistance, and it is the ability for you to walk away palms intact from a low side crash. Notice we have it heel of the hand if palms go down, and then we also have it on a lateral side in case of a low side. Again, all the way down to the ulna. It's not going to be hard backed. It does have foam behind it, but again, you're getting that great armadillo style armor plating. The only other thing I didn't talk about is they give you plenty of room here along the wrist, because really that's what's going to keep this glove on your hand in the event of a crash. And if we move it over, backside of the thumb gets another area of elastication. So all in, just over the $150 mark. Remember, you're stepping up into a more breathable glove, something like the Stream. And if you want to go a little bit more muted cafe, you can go to something like the Rodney, which comes in deerskin, that yellowish color, or a full-on black. But this is the Touch. One color available, really 2 to 3 season hot weather, sport touring oriented. It skipped leg day, but I don't care. I endorse it here at RevZilla. The next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews of the Held Touch. You shouldn't just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free or $39. If you want to talk to a Gear Geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion of the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.